What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Nick and Nick, the Insurance Dudes podcast. My name is Nick Overby, joined always by my fearless and handsome co-host, Nick Gardner, or Nick from State Farm, as I like to call him. What's going on, brother man?
Doing all right. How are you?
Fucking fantastic. Way better than I deserve, as my boy Dave Ramsey would say.
Hell yeah. Fucking fantastic on a Friday.
Hell yeah, baby. It's not going to stop today, though.
Your boy Dave is in some hot water. Have you seen that?
No, what happened?
Yeah. So apparently he hosted like a Christmas party and like was adamant nobody wears masks. Like servers were there and was adamant that, no servers are wearing masks. And I mean, regardless where you stand, I'm in a nationwide Facebook group of State Farm agents. And an agent was like, she posted and, we talked to a lot of people about their life coverage, life insurance, and they're all, sold on the Dave Ramsey. And a lot of people like hate that idea or like they buck it and like, oh, they're all about the Dave. And I'm like, you know what? Embrace that. They're sold. Okay. Call them out. Do you have 10 times your income in life insurance? No. All right. Well, let's go ahead and submit an application because that's what Dave says. Right?
Yeah.
If they loathe Dave, yeah, you know what? You're right. I don't like him either. Let's get some permanent life insurance in place. You know what I mean? So either way it goes, you love him or you hate him, right? Adapt. And so this lady was, she posted this big old thing about, couldn't believe that he hosted this party and shame on him. And I guess it was a letter from someone who worked in a hospital. Anyway, then I called the agent out and I said, she was like bad mouthing Dave and da-da-da-da. And I said, well, I hate to say it, but I think his mission is accomplished. And she said, what do you mean? I said, well, you're talking about him, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
And she just kind of like stopped in her tracks. And I said, regardless of whether you love him or you hate him, you're talking about him. And at the end of the day, bam, mission accomplished. Can you tell me there's many, many people out there that don't know who Dave Ramsey is? No.
Right.
Everyone's heard of the guy.
Yeah.
Right. And bad press, good press, indifferent, press is press.
Yep.
And so it kind of came around and she was like, okay, yeah, you got me. And I thought, all right, again, regardless of where you stand on the whole virus mask, whatever, it was just interesting to see that she was kind of coming at it from one angle. And then I kind of said, bigger picture, curveball, wham. And
I love it.
Fire off guard. I'm like, yeah, well, yeah. Anyway, so yeah, man, it's Friday. It's fucking Friday, right?
Real quick to that point though. So it's funny. When I first started here, but I had a conversation with Perry maybe 2 months ago. I asked him. I said, "Hey, man, when you first started, what were you doing to get your name out there?" He was like, "Man, I was up at 5:30 every morning posting shit in groups all day long." And he goes, "The people that hated on me and were negative allowed my relevancy through Facebook to increase just because they're conversating about me and bringing my name into the picture. And whether you look at it like you said, good or bad press is press. And I mean, we both know what Perry's marketing game is like now. We both know what he's been able to do. We're talking issuing $3 million in policies in a year. That's crushing it, and so you just do the math. That's a hell of a number on a weekly basis. So yeah. That all brings it back to the fact that, man, I love my haters and they're going to help me accomplish my goals and they're going to get me in front of their friends. And then their friends are going to realize what an idiot they are because, people all the time come through Facebook and talk show that, that Facebook guy, he's such an idiot, blah, blah, blah. But you know what, though? You took the time out of your day to engage and to say something about it, which only helps us. So,
yep. I mean, so the other night we had I sit on the nonprofit. I'm on the chair of the board of directors of a nonprofit here in town. And we had our Christmas dinner, had everyone over, and we were talking, I haven't been in town for very long. Only, I didn't grow up here. I got home from cruise ships in 2013. I've lived in this area. I lived here with my dad. He lived in Lumpkin County for about a year, and then I moved to Hall County. And I've been in North Georgia, but only really been in Dahlonega, Lumpkin County since 2017. And so I don't have a local recognizable last name. No one knows me. How do I get into this town and break into this town and get as many people as possible to know me? Facebook. And there's a ton of Facebook groups. There's one called Say What You Want Dahlonega, and it's like the town Facebook group. And dude, it's a dumpster fire. I mean, it's a dumpster fire on steroids. It's just think like political, like just all the hot buttons are just people just mashing constantly. So there's about 33,000, 35,000 people in our town, and about half of them are on this group. And so I looked and I'm like, damn, there's a lot of engagement. There's a lot of people paying attention.
Mm-hmm.
So I came in and just kind of like Kanye, man, just like, bam, here I am. And, you know, there's been a minimal amount of collateral damage, obviously. But as a whole, by and large, I mean, there's not many people in this town that don't know who Gardner State Farm is. And to your point about utilizing, you know, even your haters can't keep your name out of their mouth, you know. Again, there's people that'll, you know, talk bad about me or whatever. Okay. They're still talking about me.
Mm-hmm.
And
one of the ladies talked about that before. It came all the way to me.
Yeah. Yeah, right. One of the ladies that's on the board with me, her husband, he's actually our local coroner, and he even said, you know, before I even met you, I already knew who you were. And, you know, I loved meeting you because, you know, who you are online, that's who you are in person. And you did a great job of building your brand, of building, you know, who you are, what you stand for, and standing up for it. So I think that is important. And, you know, there's some takeaways there. I'm not the most well-rounded. That's also why I'm not a corporate guy. I am an independent contractor, similar to you and similar to Perry. And you can use your own personality. But at the end of the day, damn, man, isn't that why we were hired? Because of our personalities and who we are.
You asked Perry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but you asked Perry what he would define us as, and it's the island of misfit toys.
Yeah. I mean, but I mean, you go into a sales organization and you're going to have some quirky mofos, man. You're going to have some rough around the edges, but damn it, they can talk to people. You're going to have some like really smooth, cool cucumbers and everything in between, but you all have your own persona, your own personality, right? And man, you're not going to please everybody. You're never going to please all the people all the time.
What do they say? A man who tries to please everybody ultimately pleases nobody.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's right.
You know, it's funny. I posted something on Instagram last night. I was enjoying my little celebratory cigar on my patio last night because after a weekend, and you talk about quirkiness and personality, and I wrote something on there and I spelled something wrong, and my boy David Stoner commented he was like, it's spelled this way, and so I corrected it, but he's like, you're an illiterate motherfucker, but you sure as hell can sell some insurance.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it doesn't take rocket science, and that's the beautiful thing about sales, man. Number one, if you can sell, you will always have a job. I know we talk about insurance, but you know what we talk about can be applied to roofing sales or solar or, you know, medical sales, veterinary, whatever. If you can sell, I mean, sales makes the freaking world go round.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
Sometimes I get really frustrated with our corporate partners and, you know, the operation side of things. And I say, you know, it's really important to make sure that your salespeople, your sales force can work as efficiently as possible, because without us going out there and generating new business daily, none of you motherfuckers have jobs.
Yeah.
None of y'all have jobs.
And I guarantee you none of those operations guys are going to go sit in the trenches and take grenades, so to speak, and bust their butt. And not to say that there's anything wrong with that.
No.
You know?
No. Not at all. Not at all. But yeah, so, you know, your ability to talk to people, connect with people, you know, empathetic, understand where people are coming from, and just really build relationships. I mean, you can apply that across so many different, you know, professions, and it'll take you wherever you want to go. And you don't have to be that smart to do it, you know?
You don't, man.
You know who I love? Some of my favorite people. All right. Have you seen, there's a video, there's the guy goes door to door, sells, and it's almost like a rap, but he's like got all these like rhymes and like these flows, and like he's like, it's like this spray cleaner,
Yes, I have seen this dude. Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
that guy kills it. I mean, he absolutely kills it, And my aunt told me something one time. It's funny. Like she said, I think I showed her that video, and she said, I'd buy something from him. And I said, really? She said, yeah. I mean, why not? Like, the guy's got hustle. He's out there. He's walking door to door. Doesn't know you from Adam. And at the end of the day, that's what makes the world go round. He's doing a job. He's out there. He's working. And whether it's $5, $10, whatever it is, buy something from him. That's how this whole thing works, right? I mean, he's not begging you for money. He's not panhandling. He's out there, he's hustling, he's got a family. I'll support him. I mean, you don't have to spend $100 every time they come knocking on your door, but if they're out there, they're whatever it is, they're peddling or selling, and you could have a use for it. Yeah, buy something from him. But I thought her mentality on that was really, it was cool. It's genuine. It was just very much, this is what makes our economy and what makes our world go round. Is that's commerce in a nutshell.
Yep, absolutely. I think, one thing that I learned early in sales is that, and if you think about it, my dad told me this, he goes, if you think about it at its baseline, Nick, day to day, every human is in some sense selling, selling themselves, right? Whether it's selling yourself to a woman you want to meet, or, getting yourself into a good, selling yourself on, or selling yourself to a real estate agent to where, you can qualify for it. And it's not exactly what we do, but ultimately you have to create a value so that somebody else then creates a transaction with you. And again, I think at its fundamental baseline level, that's what sales is. And, I think people often overthink it. And it's, you don't have to create a different persona of, of an alter ego, or you don't have to create somebody who you aren't or be somebody you aren't, because I had one of the best, best conversations and biggest policies I've ever sold yesterday. And it was based like solely around the conversation that I had with this lady and how we connected and just the commonalities. And like you said, just being able to have a conversation and create genuine, genuine feelings between each other. That's the best way I can put it. But it's at its core, that's the foundation of our economy. I mean, small business makes up like 60% of our GDP. So it's like everybody out there is trying to, in some way, shape, or form, sell themselves or a product. And this is the way the world works. I mean, we've been doing that for hundreds of years. So
sometimes you just gotta sell yourself.
Exactly. So how's your December been, man? How's everything going?
Speaking of selling yourself, man, I am ready for December to be over. I'm ready for 2020 to be over. I'm ready to get back to I'm very much, I don't know if you're this way, I am very much a creature of habit. And from my morning routine to my weekly, expand macro, micro, whatever it is. I mean, down to like what I order at restaurants when I go out, who I like taking care of me when I go out, creature of habit across the board. I find something, I like it, I don't stray. I don't. And this month it's been a lot. We're doing well on our sales numbers. We actually, there's a promotion we've got going on. They want us to, I think it's either, I can't remember if it's written or grown autos. It's one thing to write autos. We can write autos, but then also like we always have some leaving out the back door, cancellations, people not paying their bills. And so it's one thing to write them, but another thing to actually track the growth, because the name of the game is growth.
Yep.
And so I think it's only written though, this promotion, we're at 20, I think we're about 24, and we got a promotion hit at 30, 40, and 50. So we're definitely going to hit that. What I love though is our goal next year is to grow by at least 30 cars every single month.
Oh,
sounds a little steep. It's not. That's that's I wouldn't say minor league ball. I mean, that's respectable. But I hadn't done that until the last 3 months of this year. We did it October, we did it November, and we're on pace to hit it in December, which
that's awesome.
Lines up with, hey man, we're rolling into 2021, and we now know what this production level looks like, and if we can just carry this thing through to 2021, we gonna be okay. So so we're actually, man, historically December has been just abysmal. It has been, but my guy Ethan out here is Marty McFly. We call him guy Marty McFly from now on. He's freaking,
He looks good today. He looks
yeah, he
good.
does, dressed to the nines on a Friday, man. There he is.
I normally wear like some Nike Air Max, some gray sweatpants, and a hoodie on Fridays.
Dude, I've got like button down jeans and my Vans on. You know what I mean? I mean, it's
Hell yeah.
nothing wrong with that, but yeah. So I'm very pleased with where we're at. Obviously, not too. We could always be doing better, right? It's freaking sales. You get complacent,
absolutely.
you're dying. But I like where we're going. We have momentum. Sports, life, sales. It's all about momentum, and I really like what we're in right now. And we just need to keep that going. But back to creature of habit. I just got to get my shit straight. All these, I mean, I was in Savannah last week. We're going up to Sugar Mountain, going snowboarding for like the next 5 days. And dude, I mean, it sounds cool, but I don't know. I don't want to say I'm a workaholic, but there is a part of me where I would just want to cut the bullshit, cut the feasts, cut all the freaking sugars and the cakes and the candies and the eating and all this. I just want to get back to work and I just want to crush it. You know what I mean? I mean, it's good to rest and relax and kind of go and reward yourself with these things, but I like to be in the hunt all the time, and that's going and business and I like when everyone doesn't have those excuses as, oh well, going on Thanksgiving, call me, oh, it's Chris, and I'm like, cut all the bullshit, man.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
You said it last night though, when we were talking about E-Myth and just business in itself. You it's a tough balance, and you didn't get into this just to always be an employee. And so I know,
Nope.
because you're like me in the sense where I personally have the mindset of, it's like I have to be in the business in order to be good at doing what I'm doing. You can't just sit back and hope it's going to be okay. I have this mindset. I know exactly what to do, but you don't take action and get it done. You're always going to be working for somebody else. And I'm like I told you last night, you're a huge inspiration because you have the ability now to take 5 days off and go hang out with family and friends and go snowboarding. And I mean, essentially, yeah, you do worry about your business, but I think we've also had the conversation, like when you were in Savannah in last week's podcast, you were talking about that you don't even need to be in the office sometimes. So because your team's doing well, and so that's ultimately, you built that, and we work hard and we get the ability to play hard because of the hours we put in throughout the rest of the year. And I mean, the proof's in the pudding, dude. I mean, you're crushing your numbers, you're doing well, but it's still that I think that who you are inside, you want to have some sort of control over the business, which you do, but when you're not there, it doesn't feel like you have the control of the business. And I think that's, for me, a hard thing to relinquish, because I'm here and I was talking to, shout out to old girl Macy Jones, who sent me a message last night. She's like, you work a lot. I'm like, yeah, but you know what though? Success doesn't sleep. And we talked about that. I saw that Ryan Stewman posted something on Instagram talking about all these entrepreneurs and all these gurus and all these successful people, and all they're doing is partying and showing their lifestyle out on a boat or whatever it is. But that's not what it is, because the true people who are out there making money and grinding and getting shit done are ones who are keeping their nose to the grindstone, not portraying it all over social media. And ultimately, those are the people who will have the long-term success, not the 5 years of success. We're talking 30 years of success, which is where you're headed. I mean, you've already made a name for yourself in North Georgia, but now, I mean, think about it, at your age, once everybody fades out, everything fades to black, you're still going to be that light that's shining through. People are still going to be looking at you. They're still going to trust you. Yeah, you said maybe a couple of years ago, you might not have had, a recognizable name, but I guarantee you that that's completely changed.
So to your point, Tuesday we had our dinner, or Christmas dinner. I went to Honey Baked Ham in Dawsonville, which is it's the next town down, about 20 minutes south of us here in Dahlonega. Dawson, Bill Elliott or Chase Elliott, who won the NASCAR Cup this year?
I do actually. Yeah.
Okay, so awesome Bill from Dawsonville. Bill Elliott is from Dawsonville. Chase lives about 5-10 minutes from Maddie, my girlfriend's house.
That's
And,
awesome.
their airfield when they take off and land from their private jet, it like rumbles the house. Yeah, it's awesome. But anyway, I was at Honey Baked Ham, and their systems were down. I walk in, buy some ham and turkey. And she said, "All right, can I get your name? I got to write all this down." I said, "Nick." "All right, last name Gardner, Gardi." And she just looked up and she goes, "Don't you have like a insurance business in Dahlonega?"
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
And I said, "I do actually." And I was wearing like a State Farm pullover that I just got made. And she goes, I said, "Yeah, I've actually got a State Farm office." She said, "It's right in front of the post office, right?" I said, "Yes, ma'am, it is." And she said, "Yeah, I thought I recognized that name."
Dude.
Like, that's cool. I guess she goes to school up here, and she drives by and sees all the different signage that I have out. But yeah, man, I thought that was really freaking cool. That, like you were saying, recognizable, getting into the community, and it does take some time. I mean, these things that we talk about, none of this shit is overnight. I mean, there are some businesses, you invent something, or like Facebook, overnight success. But I even imagine Facebook took a while to develop, especially in our industry. It's a very get rich slow kind of a business, but it's
Do you hear all that noise?
No.
Okay, good. Somebody's partying in the next room.
Okay. Hell yeah. But back to success, and I talked to my bookkeeper, and we sit down at the end of the year and set goals for the following year. And every year I in the podcast group, I earlier this week had posted something about, when you set goals, do you set goals that you set them and go, "Okay, yeah, that's a good goal, I can get there"? Or do you set goals that literally move you, and you set it and you're like, "Damn, like that, the way that I am, I'm gonna freaking throw down to get there, but damn, I don't know how I'm gonna get there." Like, it's not unrealistic, but it's something that I've never done before, and it's gonna force you to break outside of your norm, your comfort zone, and grow and do things differently to get those results. And that that to me, that's just, man, it's a lot of fun when you set those goals and you're like, "I don't know how in the hell we're gonna get there, but damn it, we're gonna do it." And then at the end of the year, when all is left and settled, bam. Hold that thought. I have this hanging on my wall, and it's Vince Lombardi,
Mhm.
what it takes to be number one. And it's an amazing speech that he gave. And the very last sentence, but I firmly believe that any man's finest hour, his greatest fulfillment to all he holds dear, is that moment when he has to work his heart out in a good cause, and he's exhausted on the field of battle, victorious.
Hell yeah.
Like, you laid it all on the line. You put it all out there, victorious. And I'll read this probably once a week just as a reminder. But if you haven't heard who Vince Lombardi is,
Yeah.
you've
Where are
been
you?
living under a rock.
He also say that the man at the top of the mountain didn't fall there?
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Winning is not a sometime thing, it's an all the time thing.
Fuck
You
yes.
don't win once in a while. You don't do things right once in a while. You do them right all the time. Winning is a habit. Unfortunately, so is losing. Dude, I could go. I love reading this thing, and it just gets me fired up. But back to the winning and the success, I think it's good, but also there has to be this fire inside where you're just never quite satisfied, where
Mhm.
where you're like, "Okay, that we set this goal, we hit it." And like, for example, there's some agents who they'll make good, decent money. They'll make six figures, $100,000 a year. They'll get there, and cool. I'm doing it. And let's face it, industry, or I'd say society standard, you're making great money. Most people don't make that much money. But I can't get in this thing to just kind of go, okay, I hit it and we're just gonna ride now.
I'm not plateauing at 100K. It's not my
no. And I'll talk to my bookkeeper. She's like my business consultant. And I've sat down and told her, if I think something's wrong with me, because I just have this, every time I'll hit it, I'll hit this goal. I'm kind of like, okay, well, now what? Okay, we got to hear, okay, well, now what? Like, now where do I go? And it's this constant like yearning for more. Every time it's like more every single time. But I mean, that's why we do what we do, and we're in the profession that we are. It's a hell of a time. So, Mr.
One thing I want to leave with, we'll start or finish that. It says, "We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence then is not an act, but a habit."
Yep,
that's Aristotle. But
winning or losing is both habits.
Exactly.
Right.
100%, dude. You're absolutely right, man. It's
so. Speaking of 100%, how about $105,000 in 1 week?
Yes, sir. Yeah, it was pretty crazy, dude. It came down to the final hour. I was sitting there at 3:30 yesterday, exhausted all my follow-ups, been told, hey, we'll get this done tomorrow. Didn't push anybody because that's just not who I am. That's not how I've become successful. But yeah, man, I mean, almost $106,000 in policies from last Friday to Thursday. That's our yeah. Here's the cool thing, man. And I was sitting there yesterday talking to Perry, and I said, man, it's not about the paycheck for me. I mean, yeah, it's nice to make money off of this, but to me, what was really cool was to say that out of 400 or so agents in this region, there were 6 people that hit over 100K this week, and 5 of them, including myself, were in this office. To me, it shows the resiliency, the way that this office is run versus every other office in this company, how we treat people. Obviously we have a hell of a marketing game, but we also know how to close business and get it done the right way and not the sleazy way. And I think that is a true testament of where we're going in the future, because I mean, the week before we did 1.1 million. This month, as an office, we did 1.7. That's crazy, dude. And it's awesome to be able to look at Perry or talk to Jamie and just say, and especially with Derek, right? We all did this because we want Derek to excel, because as he goes up, so do we. But it was super awesome to sit there and like in the morning at 7:30, we have that, our text and our group text, and Derek's like, all we need is this for the day. And of course, we added 50K on top of what we needed, but we hit 2 million as a region, or as two offices. Ultimately, man, it was just super cool to be a part of something. And I told you last night, like, yeah, it's nice to, help people. I love doing what I do, but there's also part of me egotistically, this is just sales, right? The recognition is there. I mean, we want to be the best. You want to see your name in that fucking top 5. You want to see your name, thrown across all the fucking company webinars or whatever it is. And like, it's just a really cool feeling to know that everything we talk about, I implement, from follow-up to the conversation. I've taken a lot of things you've said, and that's helped me excel my sales. And so it's just, I think, to what you said earlier, man, it's proof that if you do the work, if you do the right thing, if you create good habits and you have those measurable results, you can fucking crush it. And it's, I set a goal and I doubled it. And that's, but doing those things 3 months ago is what led me to closing deals this week. I mean, I do a lot of meme follow-up. I talked to you about this, and I think it was Tuesday or Wednesday. I sent out, I had maybe 50 people I hadn't, over the course of the past 3 or 4 months that haven't followed up with me. And I, once a week I'm sending them texts, because after a certain time, I'm not going to follow up with you every other day. That's just crazy.
Right.
But I sent out this, to 20 people, I sent the same exact meme, and 11 people responded to me, and I closed 3 of those deals. Yeah. Fuck, dude, fortune's in the follow-up. We talk about it, do it. And if you're listening, take it from me, take it from what Nick says, because I can guarantee you it works. The numbers are there. It's amazing, dude. It's amazing. But hey, I got my meeting in 5 minutes, and I hate to run. I know you got things to do. I'm gonna let you close us out because we got to celebrate our win for the week. And Perry's just calling me like, "Where are you at?" So I got to get out.
We're doing my podcast, bro. We're talking about you.
I know. What we gotta do is we gotta somehow convince this fool to come on here because I think it would be a huge value prop. But we'll figure that out soon. We got some.
I mean, honestly, at this point, I think he should convince us why we should let him on the podcast.
Right? Yeah. I'm sending that to him. I'm gonna let him know about that.
Yeah, getting called out, Perry. Where you at, bro?
Yeah, you hear that, Lunsford? We're coming for you.
Where you at? Yeah, man. Hey, we're halfway through December, and it is what you make of it. And I know that you keep hustle, you keep grind, and I mean, dude, that is just amazing to hear how you're implementing these things and they're working, and you're literally living proof that you go out there. And it does take a mentor. It's going to take some people that have been in this industry longer than you have to get those nuggets of information, but execute. Go out there and actually do it day in and day out. But listen, we glad to bring you guys another podcast this week. We'll have to figure out what next week looks like with Christmas and everything. But enjoy yourselves. Have a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, whatever it is that you celebrate. Freaking enjoy it, because at the end of the day, it's all about food and family and fun. Absolutely. And having a great time, and spending some time reflecting on the year, what you liked about the year. Repeat that. What you didn't like, don't repeat that. Don't make that a habit. And pushing yourself to new heights for the next year. So go out there, seize the day, enjoy yourselves. Great talking to you, man. Congratulations on your amazing week. Congrats on your amazing week. Keep that going. I love hearing about that. And we'll be talking to you soon. All right.
Yeah, man. And one last thing, dude. I know you and I talk about this. I want to thank everybody that takes any amount of time out of their day to listen to us talk about life, about a little bit about insurance, a lot about sales, and a lot about mindset. And you posed a question to me the other day, when you tell people about what this podcast is about, and I've been thinking a lot about that this week. And it's truly about becoming a better version of yourself, and we do that by sharing our experiences. I've mentioned I take a lot of notes from Nick, because Nick has a lot of experience in this business, not just in insurance, but in sales, and has been crushing life and is a true inspiration for me. And so I hope you guys can at least take something out of what we do. And again, thank you from the bottom of my heart. I know Nick agrees.
And mine.
Yeah, exactly. And his, but at the end of the day, you guys, thank you for everything you do, because without people listening, we would just be two guys talking into a microphone to each other. And yeah, that's it. But happy holidays.
Yeah, you guys enjoy. Have a good one, man.
You too, brother. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, talk to you later.